Hey guys, we are back with new videos, and what would bring us back to making videos? Because I got lazy for a while, but what brings me back? Pokemon. So Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have announced the next generation. I'm sure you all saw it yesterday. Anyone who's watching this video has probably watched the main video over on the Pokemon channel. So I'm going to just run through the video, stopping it at certain sections and talk about what I think about certain things and what they've announced, and just give my feedback on a whole bunch of stuff. I have some different theories to what I've seen other YouTubers saying. I definitely agree with things I've seen Ruffle Rowlet, Birdkeeper Toby, Verlisify, guys, what they're saying. Like, just across the spectrum of different PokeTubers out there. Um, but I have some unique ideas that I haven't heard other people say yet. So I'm going to present them to you guys. And there's two companion videos as well that we're going to do as well. So between all of that, it's my kind of everything I've seen so far, my thoughts on it, and what I think, my speculation about what could be happening next. So without further ado, we're going to get into the footage that was released in the direct. And once the footage starts, we'll do a few stops. So let's get straight into it, guys. Okay. It just looks awesome. So instantly, I'm going to do a first pause straight away. I mean, look at these. Look at those aesthetics. Like Route 1. We're in Route 1 here. This is the first thing you see on the game. You leave your hometown. This is the view to the second town. We can see the Pokemon Center there. We have a different kind of building over here that might be the professor's lab. We're not sure. There's some bigger buildings here. They could easily be it as well. But this is Route 1. We're going between our hometown and I'm assuming the professor's laboratory, probably. That's a speculation. But just look at the graphic improvement. I mean, they have still kept the cartoon style. We know that the Switch can handle even better graphics. Like, people were giving out that it's not Breath of the Wild good, but at the same time, it does keep it's much improved while keeping in tone with what the Pokemon team has been for many years. So I'm happy enough with it. I think it looks great. And side note, as we go back to this, the music, the tone of the music, I just think it's just so cool. I'm definitely hyped for Generation 8, if you can't tell that already. But let's go back to the video and just move on to the next section. Look how it opens up. Look at the background, the detail. Feels look amazing. The hills in the background. To what could be the trainer's house. Yes, it is. Here's our first look at the trainer. And straight away, I'm going to stop it there. That's not a 10-year-old. So in Kalos, I think we got something similar where the trainer looked older, but when we went to Alola, I did think that the new trainer who came to Alola looked a bit younger again. So this doesn't look like a 10-year-old to me. This looks like it could be, a teenager. And they've kind of hinted at that now for a while, that the main protagonist isn't a very young kid. It's kind of more of a teenager. And that does hold true when they show us the female trainer next. She looks a little older as well. I mean, look, not to talking obvious things, but definitely not 10, right? Not going to harp on about that. But the trainers look older, which is, for me, a plus, and something that if Game Freak can do it in their main game series, please, Game Freak, do it in your anime as well. That's a different conversation for a different day, but age Ash Ketchum. Or just give us a new series with a new character who's older. Or it can age and isn't in a coma, or whatever else. Right, look, coming down the steps, the graphics look great. Let's just go back. Look at these aesthetics. I'm stopping too much, but look at these aesthetics. Just brilliant. Breathtaking. All the different climates we're seeing. The lake is great looking. Lake of Rage type thing. So this is the next big talking point. There was no Pokemon in the overworld like we had in Pokemon Let's Go. Now, a lot of people were saying this was very predictable, and to be honest, it was. I mean, Let's Go to capture mechanics where you were kind of running around and you're throwing Pokeballs, kind of almost like Pokemon Ranger style. It wasn't, there was no battling, and there was no, necessarily that kind of system. So to get back to random encounters, some will see it as a step back. I've heard some people say that that's not great, but I don't really have a major problem with it. I definitely think Pokemon in the overworld that are NPC Pokemon that are in towns and stuff should remain, and probably will remain. I saw a few things flying around throughout the trailer, but random encounters for wild Pokemon battles, and that way of catching them, which we see happening in this as well, and battling them in the wild, just is much better than what Let's Go had. So yes, you can say a step back in the no Pokemon in the overworld, but definitely a step back forward in terms of wild Pokemon battles, or back to what we see. Straight away as well, we see that the trainer is sending out a Minccino, and we're finding a Pikachu in the wild. So it doesn't look like we're doing the Gen 5 thing of having generation exclusive Pokemon in the main game, unless there's a post game content. We don't know, but I would assume it's kind of Route 1 or early Route stuff, or Route, whatever you want to say. So I think Pokemon from other generations are obtainable. Maybe not all, maybe only some, but some are obtainable in the Galar region um, prior during the main game. During the main game. You can see the encounters very much like we had in Sun and Moon. You see Grub and Hoodoo. There's a bunch of Pokemon from different regions. I think they cover all the regions here nearly, pretty much. Some cool cityscapes. The lights there are cool. Oh, we have to go back. We went too far forward. This is the next point to stop on. So the cave with the lights is cool, but I wanted to brush past it because I'm stopping a lot. Um, so a lot of people have talked about this. Are these guys, are they Meltan? Could be. Is this like a giant Meltan? Like Melmetal might evolve into a legendary type thing. Also possible. Or this could just be some sort of aliens worshipping some sort of legendary god Pokemon. It seems to be able to shoot what could be wind, because it's like swirling, or it could be a fireball potentially as well. And it seems to have energy like that's electrical coming off it. Um, so it seems to be, covering a lot of angles. It does have a tail here with like spikes, similar to a Zekrom actually a little bit in its tail version. Now I've heard people speculating that they think they pointed out parts on the map that they think where you might encounter a legendary. I actually think this is the site of where you find the legendary, quite like I had in Sun and Moon, where you went to the pillar, the Sun and Moon pillar, and you did the ritual, and Solgaleo or Lunana appeared. I think doing something here is what's going to bring some Pokemon, some Mystic or legendary Pokemon down to encounter, and depending on whether you're using the Sword or the Shield version of the game, um, I think this is the location of discovering the Pokemon. Maybe not in your first run through, but I think you definitely go back there in order to encounter the legendary Pokemon. That's my take on it, which I've heard no one else say yet, so that's my take on it. This awesome graphics, again, with the caves, libraries, they're showing all the backgrounds. Now this. So, I've heard a lot of people say, what? We don't need FIFA in Pokemon. If this is a soccer tournament, if they're going to do like a Pokemon mini game. Okay, so I'll take you on a tangent. There's a version of Final Fantasy, I believe it's 10, maybe 11, 12. I can't remember the Final Fantasy, but there's a game called Blitzel or Blitzball. Basically, where you're just doing a ridiculous fun game, kind of like in Hogwarts, how you have Quidditch. I think this could be a perfect mix of like a soccer Quidditch type game, including Pokemon. I've heard no one say it. I think it's based on UK bringing in that team of mystic magicness. That this could be more. It might not be a straight up. It could be a straight up soccer game, which I would still like. I still think that's cool. I would be well up for that. But it also could be like a Quidditch type thing, or even a rugby type thing with Pokemon. That's another, like, rugby is synonymous with the UK as well, not just soccer, football. So it could be a bunch of different sports. The number being 227 is interesting. The fact that he's got a glove on one hand is also interesting. The fact that there is a glove on one of the hands, very interesting to me. That's like, unless he's a goalkeeper, that's not something that you would have on one hand. You wouldn't just have a glove. So maybe he's like going to catch the snitch, like a Quidditch type thing. I don't think they can do exactly Quidditch, but it's a Pokemon version of that they're basically making a whole new type of sport. That's within the Pokemon world. It's a mini game for us to play. Would be amazing. It could totally be a misdirect. That could just be an outfit he's wearing, and it could be a gym battle or a Elite Four or Champion battle. Potentially, that could be what it is as well. Okay, moving on. Want to stop on that because it's potentially a lot of info of something brand new to the game. And I love how it's a stadium full of people cheering. That's just great as well. So now we click in here. This is the city that we'll see in the map in a while. It's kind of around the could be Liverpool, Manchester, could be Sheffield. Sheffield being an industrial city in England. I think that's where it could be based on. And we get our first look at Generation 8 Pokemon. We're going to stop it there. Oh, no, a little more. Oh, it's actually, my camera's a bit off. But Score Bunny, guys, is the fire starter for Generation 8. We'll talk more about that in the companion video about typings and possible speculation, but he just looks like a cool fire starter. It does. Everyone's mentioned it. I'm not going to go on about it, but the Chinese Zodiac is kind of confirmed to continue here. We have a rabbit, which does fit into the wheel, only leaving us missing snake, horse, sheep, and probably one other I can't think of, maybe goat or something. I don't know. But we've had 8 of the 12 are now covered. We're definitely missing snake, sheep, horse, bull. I think it's bull. We're also missing. So yeah, so they're the four we're now missing over the next 4 generations, but that's getting way ahead of ourselves. We have the rabbit that we thought we would get, or one of the ones has been confirmed. So Score Bunny looks cool, definitely interesting. We'll talk about this more later. The fact that he has a flame effect could just be for the video, but I think it's actually hinting at an ability. We'll talk more about that later. And I love then how the next Pokemon, Sobble, we're about to see, and I just love that he has this cloak ability, like a water cloak. Again, we'll talk more later. Very shy, very timid, checking his surroundings, and easily frightened. So he's a timid Pokemon. Well, that's this Sobble, not maybe every Sobble. I mean, natures and abilities change. That was super interesting as well. Just going to go back here to Grookey's intro, back a little bit. See that? Now he leaves, and afterwards the grass flecks up. Now, is that indicating speed, that the grass didn't have time to react while he zipped away? Potentially. Or were we getting a look at, something else that was following behind him that would be revealed later on? Maybe. We don't know. But it's interesting. It definitely is a delayed reaction for the grass to move, and it's intentionally delayed, and the camera stays back for us to capture it. He looks great as well. I love the grass monkey. That's just awesome. So there you have it, guys. I guess there's a couple of things we will talk about in the companion videos, like I said. But just to recap on that, I mean, we've never had that before. We got the region revealed to us, the Galar region. We got the 3 starters revealed to us at the beginning. We got a look at, cities moving around, battle content, visuals, so much stuff, caves, lakes in background. The visuals look great. They really gave us a lot of that. Random encounters being back, they confirmed it straight away, so there'll be no speculation because people were going to be talking about that. All generation Pokemon being represented, and a potentially new stadium Pokemon minigame. And a lot of people were saying they don't want to play soccer, but I generally don't think they would just give us straight up soccer. If they did, I would still enjoy it. I'm a fan. But if they don't, and it's actually like a Pokemon Quidditch, rugby, mix-in, mismatch, maybe a bit of soccer too, all kind of jumbled up into Pokemon's own special, unique game. Yeah, I mean, how exciting is that going to be? Very exciting. I want to play it. Man, late 2019, I would say November, right up to the Christmas run-ins. That's my guess, is November. Cannot wait. Really excited to get this game. But I'm going to leave it there, guys, because the video's run on for a bit now. However, there are 2 videos going to follow straight after this, and I'll just stagger the uploads. I'm going to record right now, so I'm going straight into recording future videos. But I'll delay the release to get you guys watch this, and then throughout the day tomorrow, I'll tease out the delays of those 2 videos. So between now and tomorrow evening, you will have 3 videos on this, giving all of my thoughts we've had the trailer thoughts in this, and now we're going to have the region thoughts and the starter Pokemon thoughts. They're the next 2 videos. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the follow-up companion videos, and see you all next time.